Elderly Persons Day celebrations. And finally, former footballers and Radio Simba aid ex-internationals. A warm welcome to you once again. It's a pleasure to be starting this very month of October with you. The 1st of October 2022, and of course getting into our details of this very day, Saturday. We're looking at the head of state, President Museveni, who has said that government is aware and recognizes the contributions of older persons towards Uganda's socio-economic transformation. This was contained in a speech read for him by the Minister of State for Elderly Affairs, Dominic Mafabi Gidundu, during the International Day of Older Persons in Nebi District. That took place as far as today's activities are concerned. Now we shall be bringing you updates in this newscast. Now more from the Fountain of Honor. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni pledges a 10-year tax holiday to Akasha Foundation, a plastic bottle recycling plant found in Matuga, Wakiso district. This followed an appeal by State Minister for Investment Evelyn Anite for the Chinese-founded venture, whose investment, as she says, stands at $20 million. Museveni commissioned the plant and pledged more support to the plastic recycling as an answer for a clean environment.
It is in this establishment that plastic recycling is conducted in the Matuga area of Wakiso district. The venture has attracted the attention and support of all forerunners of development, including the head of state.
There you go. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
The commissioning of this plastic recycling plant by President Yoweri Museveni clearly indicates an extension of Uganda's quest for industrialization. The realization of it has not been without support from Uganda Investment Authority.
For example, now we give investment licenses in less than 24 hours. If you have all the documentation, even in an hour, you can get an investment license.
The $20 million undertaking has seen increased production in 6 months, with recycled products exported to DRC, South Sudan, Burundi and Tanzania. These are the achievements that UIA wants to see consolidated.
Your Excellency, we believe that the investors are our bosses. They could have taken money to other countries around us, so we have to handhold them. They have chosen to bring their money to Uganda.
And what we also see, Your Excellency, is that the investors who we already have here are investing. They are not taking profits out. They are seeking more opportunities in diverse sectors.
Despite employing about 1,000 staff, the venture has not been without challenges. Power outages without a dedicated transmission line, as well as lack of a tax holiday, are some of them. These were enumerated by the brain behind the investment, Tony Ningha.
We also humbly request for a 10 years income tax holiday due to the unique nature of the recycling business undertaken by Acacia Foundation Limited.
Re-echoed by State Minister for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite.
For you to qualify to get a 10-year tax holiday, you should have invested $10 million. And he has invested $20 million. But it is a new investment which we have never had in the country. Therefore, those who qualify to get the 10-year tax holiday after investing the $10 million US dollars are categorized
as what?
Manufacturing, and the manufacturing sectors are very, very well defined in that law.
To this effect, Anita made an appeal to the president, which was answered in affirmative.
I just request kindly that if you write to Ministry of Finance, Honorable Matia Kasaija, and then we'll be able to absorb him because they feel it's unique and they're saying it is not there in the law and it's only you as the Fountain of Honor who can write this directive to make them to be absolved and given that 10-year tax exemption.
Just my staff, please get a copy of that speech so that I handle the issue there. I encourage you to continue because you are talking of each day the country is generating 600 tons. Now you are recycling only 25 tons. And when your machines come, you will be recycling 100. I want you to continue and recycle more.
Museveni, who was treated to a visual exhibition of the venture, described the plastic bottle recycling as the way to go in saving the environment.
By investing here, you are solving 3 problems. Number 1, you are cleaning the environment. What was supposed to be a problem is now an advantage, is an asset. The waste is actually a raw material. Secondly, you produce a product to solve the problem of bottling. But thirdly, you create jobs. So I thank you very much, and I wish you success.
If all goes as planned, Acacia Foundation will grow into a #1 recycling plant in East Africa, with the second phase expected to handle plastic carrier bags. Uganda's ambition to establish 25 industrial parks across the country remains on course. Henry Okrut, UBC.
In other news, President Yoweri Museveni has boosted the reconstruction and modernization of St. Peter's Burunga Primary School in Burunga Sub-County, Kazo District. The Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, delivered 20 million Uganda shillings on behalf of President Yoweri Museveni towards the construction of classroom blocks and teachers' houses. In 1967, the President told the late General Eli Tumwine at this particular school.
President Yoweri Museveni's contribution of 20 million shillings follows an initial presidential cash donation of 250 million out of over 900 million to reconstruct the school structures of Burunga Primary School in Kazo District. Burunga Primary School was started in 1960s by the Anglican Church to promote education amongst children and presently boasts of 510 pupils, and according to its management, has groomed and nurtured a number of prominent leaders from the area. While presiding over the fundraising function, Vice President Major Retired Jessica Alupo lauded the church for their decision to establish a community school to offer public education to children and underscored government's pledge to continue working with the church in promoting education in the country. The Vice President also lauded the people of Kazo District for their tireless efforts in joining President Yoweri Museveni to liberate this country in the 1980s.
Let me thank the people of Kazo for the deliberate and dedicated effort, which started a long time ago when so many sons and daughters of Kazo voluntarily joined His Excellency the President to liberate Uganda. I thank you very sincerely. And as Ugandans, we are indebted to you. And we shall always emulate you to ensure that we preserve and ensure that security and peace continues to prevail in our country. Because with security and peace, we are able to do any other productive activity in our schools, in our homes, in our health centers, in markets, like what we are doing now. So we pay tribute to you, and we don't take that sacrifice you made for granted.
Alupo, who also donated 5 million shillings cash towards their school's reconstruction, paid tribute to the fallen General Eli Tumine, who succumbed to cancer recently, and described him as very passionate about issues of women empowerment and development-oriented.
I would specifically also like to pay tribute to my mentor, General Eli Tumine, who passed on a couple of weeks ago. He mentored me. He was a very friendly person, and he was very, very passionate about the liberation and empowerment of women. So I would like, on my own behalf and on behalf of government, to again pay tribute to him and his family.
She assured residents that the Ministry of Education had also captured Moringa Seed Secondary School among the 259 schools to be transformed into fully-fledged seed schools in the country. A total of 110 million shillings was collected in cash and pledges during the fundraising drive. Etole Ed Akenjol, UBC News.
The Lands Minister, Judith Nabakoba, has advised members of Parliament to support initiatives aimed at improving stability in the country. The minister was reacting to a land matter raised in Parliament recently by Mpigi District Woman Member of Parliament, Teddy Namboze.
Teddy Namboze recently petitioned the Parliament over alleged pending eviction of over 250 residents in her area. The matter was then forwarded to the Prime Minister, who also in turn directed the Lands Minister to interrogate the situation and report back. It is for this reason that the Lands Minister, Judith Nabakoba, this weekend visited Mpigi District to intervene in the said eviction.
So
on arrival, she first convened district leaders to get a brief about the eviction petition.
Proximity ya Kampala kati kizzemu ekizibu ky'aba land grabbers ne ba land dealers.
It is after this brief engagement that the minister, under the guidance of the district woman member of Parliament, Teddy Namboze, headed for the field tour.
Ekyalo kyaffe eky'ebugayi ndowooza tuliriko ettaka eryo ery'omugenzi mu banda lye lisingako obunene. Ne bonna bwe kubaako abantu 3 abantu 205 bamala basalako ebibanja byabwe.
Residents kept on narrating uncoordinated LDs.
Wettaka bwajja ayaze ekibanja kyo n'omubuuza ekibanja kyange kivuddemu kyenkana ki takubuulira.
Bwe tuba bakugonjoola kizibu kya ttaka mu bitundu bino byonna ebyetoolodde tusookere ku bukulembeze bw'abeebyalo abamu. It is on
this note that Minister Nabakoba demanded to be taken to meet the claimants of the evictions.
Abatuze b'ebugayi be baliwa mujje wano maaso.
Mujje wano we mutya kuba balaba.
Baabo bali babiri betulabawo.
Ate omukyala gwenda byawanika omukono.
Abalala lwaki tebasobodde kujja kiki?
Ndowooza minisita ensobi yakoleddwa abantu balowooza tugenda kutuula eri bugayi naye ndowooza engeri gyekiri nti waliwo engeri y'ekibirabira ne baagala babeere wano.
Kibirabira mutegeeza ki? Nga si
batidde mbu
bugayi kilomita zirimeko okuva wano?
Kilomita zange emu n'ekitundu.
Nze ngenda bugayi mwogere naye oluva wano ngenda bugayi ndaba abantu abo betwogerako.
On grounds, the minister found literally a handful of residents, prompting her to end the visit amidst a very dissatisfied mood.
I thought we would find people here to tell us their problem, but they are nowhere to be seen.
I think the sensitization was poor because even the RDC office got to know about it just an hour ago.
Because remember, I have to report back to Parliament. What have we done as a ministry? But on ground, you've realized that information is mixed up. There isn't conclusive information that can help us to take action. The affected people have failed to come. They are nowhere to be seen. Of course, we've reached here. They are not around.
Nabakoba challenges members of Parliament to always interrogate details before forwarding land matters to the August House. Robert Nyango, UBC News, Mpigi District.
Now, on a sad note, this weekend, the Fort Portal Regional Referral Hospital registers the first Ebola death. The dead is a health worker who was transferred from Bomende to Fort Portal for treatment. The deceased, identified as Muhammad Ali, is a 37-year-old Tanzanian national who was pursuing Masters of Medicine in Surgery at Kampala International University.
A 37-year-old Tanzanian national identified as Muhammad Ali has succumbed to Ebola virus disease at Fort Portal Referral Hospital. The deceased health worker is one of the 5 Ebola patients who were transferred to Fort Portal Referral Hospital from Mubende for treatment.
In our care, we still have the healthcare workers who were transferred from Mubende, but unfortunately, this morning, one passed on, and this is a very sad moment for the medical fraternity.
Fort Portal Referral Hospital Director Dr. Alex Adaku says the deceased Ebola health worker has been on oxygen since admission, while the 5 others are responding steadily to treatment.
The deceased was one of the doctors undergoing training in KIU at master's level. Master of Medicine in Surgery is the one who passed on. He's also the one who was brought here in a more critical condition. But the health workers have had to do their best to see that he was saved from this situation that has occurred.
Fort Portal Referral Hospital is in consultations with the deceased's family for safe burial.
The consultations are all on high gear on the burial arrangements for the deceased. Yeah, we all recognize that this needs a very high level bilateral arrangement in which we have to get in contact with the family, with the embassy, with the university, and also other stakeholders. On this, we are all working together to see that we do the best and have our colleague buried well.
The hospital is anticipating for the 3 sample results of the 3 Ebola suspects currently on care at the facility.
In other updates, the Ministry of Health is boosting health services in Boyike district through upgrading 3 health center 3s to grade 4 in Ngongwe, Nkokojeru and Abusabaga to improve services among the people of Boyike. Ngongwe Health Center 3 is one of the centers which covers a big population and receives more than 3,000 patients per month.
President Yoweri Museveni notes that all forms of sectarianism should be avoided at all costs because they are detrimental to the development of society. The president noted that people should work towards attainment of a modern state where economic, social and political security lies in bigger and stronger communities. The president emphasizes that human rights are not just about civil and political rights, but rather all issues communities are grappling with.
At the heart of our government has been the push to consolidate national unity and eliminate all forms of sectarianism. Why should we be slaves to tribe? Why should we be slaves to religion? We must transition from the small enclaves of tribal affiliation to a modern state where economic, social and political security lies in bigger and stronger communities.
President Yoweri Museveni challenges Uganda Human Rights Commission to invest more in constructive forums to ensure peace exists.
For example, peace and security are human rights. Humanitarian preparedness and response is human rights. Human development is human rights. I want to encourage the Ugandan Human Rights Commission, together with our friends, the United Nations family, and all well-meaning partners, to invest more in regularizing such constructive forums that will inspire the right tone of peace, unity, and development. As government, we pledge our commitment to remain engaged and supportive of your efforts.
Panelists and participants at the dialogue organized by Uganda Human Rights Commission in conjunction with UN High Commission to Uganda included academicians, ambassadors, ministers, government officials, political party representatives, opinion and cultural leaders, among others. The dialogue was conducted under the theme, End Racism, Build Peace. I'm Nafka Farida in Kampala.
Well, Farida, Nafka's update had to do with the president condemning all forms of sectarianism based on tribe, religion and gender that are detrimental in development. This was contained in a message delivered for him by the Prime Minister, like you saw, Nabanja, at the closure of a one-day dialogue to commemorate the International Day of Peace at Golf Course Hotel in Kampala. And the earlier update had to do with Buika Hospital improving the health center 3s. We shall be getting the information in this very newscast. Another update for the day, Karamoja sub-region of famine-affected communities have decried the disparities in the relief food distribution in the region by the Office of the Prime Minister. This was among the issues raised by the locals at the local accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister at Katikekeli, a sub-county headquarters in Moroto district.
Moroto district has so far received over 50,000 tons of maize flour and beans to save them from starvation due to climate change, coupled with the fears of insecurity in Karamoja sub-region. However, in Katekele sub-county, a number of families have not felt the impact of the relief after receiving less food than expected.
I received the ones. They gave me 1 can, which is 3 kilos and a half.
Do you still have that food?
No, we cook like 2 days. It's over.
The situation is seemingly similar in Nadunget sub-county, where the beneficiaries received as low as 1 kilogram of maize flour and a half kilo of beans to cater for a family of 7 members.
We received some, just little, not even taking.
How many kilograms?
It's not even, it's like 1 kilo there. Then the beans is half kilo.
Did it help you as a family?
Yes, they helped me 2 days there. I have five children. Then all of us were 7.
According to the district authorities, the district received less food as compared to the number of families that have been affected by hunger in the district.
Food supported by partners and the government cannot replace food you get yourself. It is still not enough. Although now we are having elements, a bit of harvesting, but the biggest food security lies in the mindset. If we start using our gardens properly, the government are putting up a dam in the Tapach, and we start producing our own food.
The pressure of hunger forced some of the affected families to sell off some of the agricultural inputs offered by government.
Government gave us votes, government gave us seeds, government, even the flour they are giving out, people are selling. There is no person who can give you enough food if you don't produce your own food. So let us go back and sit down and see how can we have food, but how can we go away from selling what is given to us.
Some of the inputs were covered in Napaka district on their way to the neighboring regions of Teso and Bugisu.
The case in point was in Nadunget, where we were able to recover 170 horses that had been sold off. So when we were tipped off, the police acted and we were able to get the horse as they were en route outside the Moroto district.
This was revealed at the local accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister at Katekele sub-county headquarters in Moroto district. Joseph Okow, UBC.
Thank you, Joseph Okow. Now, the famine situation in Karamoja is reportedly at 75% due to destruction of gardens by wild animals from Kindepo National Park. Nile Development Humanitarian Agency reached out at over 200 families in Kapedo sub-county and town council, each family getting 25 kilograms of posho, maize, 5 liters of cooking oil, among other items.
Karenga is a non-raiding district within Karamoja sub-region and a victim of raids by the G of Kotido and Dodoth from Kabong. Most of the people are farmers due to the good fertile soils, but many fail to have good harvest due to wild animal destruction and climate change. According to the LC3 chairperson for Kapedo Town Council, Ben Angelo Lokeria, the hunger situation is now at over 75%.
All people were affected. But for now, I am rating at 75% because it was almost 95%. But since now, the little that is being invested, it has reduced a bit.
You know, people here, they dig earlier, so but there's the little seeds that they had, they have already dug, but the army destroyed the first dig.
People in Kapedo sub-county decry wild animals which are destroying their gardens, which has resulted into poor harvests.
Crops. Someone goes to the garden knowing that he's going to harvest something. Finally, he finds out that the crops were all destroyed by animals. How I wish government could intervene also on the animal problems so that my people survive on farming. And basically,
they again say, we shall talk to people in Kampala, to the parliament. Up to when? And even people have neglected going to their farms there. They are saying, let the animals. Now, if the animal gets you there and it maybe kills you, these people of Hua, they come and they do what? They deceive you by giving you maybe one, you're dead, but they give your children one sack, and beans, just little. Then that's enough. But if you kill the animal, you're taken to court, prison.
Healed properly because of some heavy rains and those other things. And mostly like those ones, like fertile areas, you get those animals, these animal problems. It just completed. People have the problem with animals.
During the meeting, where Prime Minister Nabanja met political, technical and security leaders in Moroto district, the Minister for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Tom Botime, explained how the human-wildlife conflict is going to be solved soon.
On the 5th of August last month, that's when the regulations appeared in the Uganda Gazette. What is in the regulation? Anybody who has a garden, who has a house, who has a home, who has property, if wildlife encroaches and destroys your garden, your house, your property, and of course, unfortunately, life, the law now is in place. There will be compensation there. You can report, and the committee will go and verify how much damage was done by the wildlife.
Residents allege that government relief benefits few people, with most of the food being stolen from stores.
They sell some.
Who sells?
You see ones and the sheets and the parishes.
Because you're brought today, it takes a month to be distributed. You don't go to your leaders. What? When the leaders are the very people, when people cry from here, you wish cancel meeting, they say after. Even if you do what, even if you just because I cannot mention somebody's name.
There is no any food that was hidden here. I am always a very transparent leader. When food is brought, I use the local LC ones and the community to source out the most affected people, so that they get. And it is not only that the person that gets, because if another shift of food comes, they also extend it to another most affected household.
Meanwhile, Nile Humanitarian Development Agency have given out relief food to over 200 households in Kapedo Town Council and Sub-County. The organization Public Relations Officer Kasim Kalozi elaborates more.
We managed to bring
200 food packages, with each food package containing or consisting of 25 kilograms of beans, 25 kilograms of posho, salt and cooking oil. We believe as Nile Humanitarian Development Agency that this food will push them for quite some time.
Residents thanked the organization for the relief. Kaluzi thanked government for an enabling environment for non-government organizations to operate.
In other updates, the Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Moringa Msenero, has tasked the Natural Products Research Network for Eastern and Central Africa to ensure natural, I beg your pardon, I'll take it once again. The Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Moringa Msenero, has tasked the Natural Products Research Network for Eastern and Central Africa to ensure natural medicine is standardized at a global scale. The minister says herbal products in Uganda should be packed well, just like other countries do, to capture the market. Msenero was meeting natural products researchers and academicians from the College of Natural Sciences at Makerere University.
Natural products researchers in the country are being directed to improve their products to capture the global market. The Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Moringa Msenero, was meeting natural products researchers and academicians from the College of Natural Sciences at Makerere University. Whereas other countries like China promote natural products worldwide, Uganda-made herbal blends can only be sold locally.
We've been there for too long, and it is time for us to move into maturity with the natural products, with our research. We should be talking like people who are transforming the economy. The Ugandan Edagalario of so many years ago should not cross Makerere's 100 years of celebration. We should be crossing with an economy. We should be crossing with something that we have added a lot of value and that we are able to employ a lot of people in these natural products. So my first point is the research we are doing, and the next move after this conference should be to move the players out of subsistence into value addition.
Makerere University College of Natural Sciences Professor Robert Byamukama, however, advises the public against consuming natural products without proper guidance from experts.
Even as you heard from the presentations, this herbal medicine, science has proved some of them to work. And science can also prove whether they are toxic. They say they are treating this, but they can also cause another disease in you. Okay? That's where we come in as scientists.
Scientists from other universities that attended the conference hailed government for supporting natural products medicine production and appealed for more funding to actualize their research.
Right now, this product is one of the two products that is set to undergo clinical trials by the CONAT program set up by the President at Makerere Langa Institute. And we are very grateful to the government for showing interest and supporting scientists in developing natural therapeutics from our medicinal plants of Uganda.
The scientist behind the discovery of Covidex, an anti-COVID-19 therapy, Professor Patrick Ogwang, appealed for conservation of environment to save herbal medicine.
Actually, how much is that the risk in Uganda because of one, burning of bushes. They must stop burning of bushes completely. So when you burn a bush, you are going to destroy so many plants that are not even known. So forget about harvesting from the forest, but they are poor burn bushes, who burn forests. That's already is killing so many species we don't even know. So the government must go ahead and implement burning of bushes must stop. Then in terms of sustainability of the area, people need to begin growing these plants again.
Traditional medicine practice involves a complex combination of activities, order of knowledge, beliefs, and customs to generate the desired effects for diagnosis. I'm Joseph Bure reporting at Makerere University.
Mbarara local government has received a double cabin pickup from the Minister of Water and Environment to facilitate monitoring and supervising and also supervise the water programs in the district. The vehicle is to specifically assist personnel transport water sourcing equipment during rehabilitation of water sources and the boreholes.
Handing over the vehicle and showing it to you as council, and subsequently by tomorrow I will get one of our drivers and assign him the vehicle.
Mbarara district leaders have appreciated government for the support to the Water and Environment Department with vehicles to ease transport.
The Ministry of Water for supporting this district with the vehicle. Yes, because we have been having a problem. We appreciate the ministry, and it is going to be put to good use.
Mbarara District Speaker Venance Munanuche said as they relocate to Wiziwera, the vehicle will be pertinent in easing transport for water and the environment staff. The Chief Administrative Officer, Mbarara District, Edward Kasagara, asked the Water Department staff to be vigilant in the monitoring and supervision of the projects in their docket now that they have means of transport.
We received the vehicle, and today I was handing over the vehicle officially to District Council. And District Council, they have received the vehicle, and I have handed it over officially to now our District Water Officer, who shall use the same vehicle to do monitoring and supervision of all water-related projects in the district.
Muchunguzi Joseph, the Mbarara District Water Officer, appreciated the efforts by the District Councillor representing Rubaya Sub-County, Loida Trinomujini, for using her connection to lobby for the vehicle for help.
Department hours was grounded in 2010. From there, I have been using my own vehicle. At times we don't monitor, at times we use motorcycles, but you know some areas are harder to reach with the motorcycle. At times with these small vehicles, saloon cars like mine of premium. So that change has been there for 12 years. I think by now I'll be able to solve some problems that I've been facing as far as transport and needs are concerned, concerning the monitoring and supervision of water and sanitation projects.
We didn't have the better car to carry the pipes and other machines. The water team would rent the Suzuki, which could not actually carry the pipes properly, and they would actually bend the rules and laws of the traffic. So I had to lobby for this pickup from the water, from the Ministry of Water and Environment. So I thank the government of Uganda, I thank the NRM and our President.
Moving on, Bwindi Magahinga Conservation Trust has launched a one-year sustainable education responses for Batwa Children project in the districts of Kisoro, Rwanda and Kanungu worth 150 million shillings. The project aims at ensuring Batwa children access education for improved livelihoods in their communities.
Bwindi Mugahinga Conservation Trust Administrator has said uplifting the well-being of Batwa communities to fit with the rest of the communities through sharing of benefits from the surrounding national parks is now a reality. Tumwesije Wilberforce was speaking at the launch of a one-year sustainable education response project for Batwa children in the districts of Kisoro, Rwanda and Kanungu worth 150 million during a ceremony held at the Kisoro district headquarters.
So in this particular project, CEREB, the children will be trained. They will follow up even from the homes to change the mindset of the parents, to see the reason why some of the Batwa students and pupils do not continue in the schools. So that from the kind of information we get out, we are able to help the children remain and sensitize other children to keep up in schools.
Tumwesije said 56 children are benefiting under the program, but was quick to appeal to the community to regard Batwa people as fellow human beings. Kisoro District RDC Haji Shafik Sekandi asked the Batwa to work hard, earn and save to to educate their children for prosperity.
The Batwa in Kisoro have become rejects in society. They steal, they drink, they use the drugs, they quarrel, they fight. Each time a person sees a Mutwa, expects trouble. Now we want a person to see a Mutwa and see hope and see a good person in society.
Sikola Tumwesije, a pioneer, Mutwa graduate holding bachelor's degree in social work and social administration, said she has said through her education with the support from Bwindi Mogahinga Conservation Trust.
I would encourage them to read hard because it was not simple for me. I never had shoes on my legs when I started studying like they are, like you have seen them. But now, when I had that thing in my mind, the encouragement from other people, it helped me so much to become what I am today.
The Kisoro District Education Officer, Muvaneza Emmanuel, said the Batwa children have been included in the education system and have been sensitized about the benefits of child education.
I had one in secondary school, in Moringa Secondary School. He was in senior one. After a short time, he dropped out. When our team approached the parents, they did not support us to encourage him to continue with his studies. But for us, really, we are comfortable with them. We treat them well. And actually, there's a school we have in Nyanam where we had a head boy. Head boy in the house school, he was a Muto. And these other ones, we are respecting him. That one shows that we have that inclusion element. We have it in our system of education in the district.
Brian Tumwene Biarohanga, UBC News.
There's still a lot to come your way in as far as this newscast is concerned. That is to do with business and sports, but shortly after these messages.
Pick it, pack it, share it. The 4G Wakanet MiFi. Pocket it, use it, enjoy it. Visit any MTN service center or Banana Phone World outlets. Get it at 75k. The MTN 4G Pocket MiFi is it.
It's back! After 2 years away, the Uganda International Trade Fair is back. The Uganda Manufacturers Association excitedly invites you to the 28th Uganda International Trade Fair from October 3rd to October 10th. Visit more than 1,000 manufacturers, traders, distributors, and business people from all sectors at the UMA Showgrounds in Lugogo. We are back to innovation, products, and world-class manufacturing excellence. Entrance fee is 10,000 shillings only. Select manufacturers will offer discounted prices of up to 50%. Enjoy live performances from your favorite artists as we celebrate 60 years of Uganda's independence. To book spares, call 0703 552 444.
Beat the back-to-school hustle today. Pay school fees conveniently using Airtel Money. Dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees.
Select to pay using Bridge Schools, School Pay or Beg Pay.
Select option 1, pay fees. Enter student number. Enter the amount. Enter the PIN number to complete payment. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Forget last season. Forget the oohs and the ahs. Forget every moment that stole the show. Because the real show is here on GoTV. It's the new season. It's action-packed and it's going to be non-stop football. With over 1,000 games from more than 7 leagues and cup competitions plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seat in the house this new football season. Get a GoCoder with 1 month of GoTV value for only 25,000 Uganda shillings and enjoy non-stop football. GoTV Uganda. Love it. Yo!
Airtel is giving you bigger data bundles for the same price. Dial *175# to choose from our range of bigger Chillax bundles that don't expire and stay connected longer to loved ones. Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Calling you from the mobile service center.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Well, we have noticed a few things wrong with your number and need your mobile money PIN.
Tonfera, never give out your password or PIN to any caller. Your mobile service provider will never call or ask for your personal details. If in doubt, go to your nearest phone service center.
This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
Thank you so much once again for staying with us. Now, business updates this Saturday. The senior presidential advisor on AGOA and other trade-related matters, Susan Muhwezi, has promised the poultry farms that deal in the Moringa business. Susan made the remarks while on her official visit to a farm in Chikube village, Chikube parish in Bikonzi sub-county.
So with that vision, we have actually want to engage agro-tourism to the plan. So down here we are creating a park.
Senior Presidential Advisor on African Growth and Opportunity Act, Susan Muhwezi, has pledged technical support to farmers in Masindi district. She was on a working visit to the district. She was in company of the American official, Teddy Ross. Susan Muhwezi promised to work with farmers to ensure that their businesses thrive.
And I want to thank all the farmers that are not even here and to urge them that this is the way to go. First of all, the benefits of Moringa, which you have not even elaborated. We need to look at what we have here, and we have so much. God has endowed us with a beautiful country, with beautiful climate and weather, and everything like Churchill said, you just need to throw a seed in the soil and it will grow. But how many people would cut the Moringa tree? The last time I was in Karamoja, I don't know if you know of a tree called Gamma Rabbit. Yes. You were cutting it down. And yet Gamma Rabbit is very, very important.
The Executive Director, Raintree Farms, Kwezi Teddy, advised residents to venture in Moringa farming business because it is profitable.
This is my vision and conviction to bring change to the agriculture sector to make sure that Uganda shines on the international sector because of the value we get out of our soil. Agriculture is our breadbasket, and we have to do the work to show. And we have to show the world that Uganda can produce products that can be on any shelf in the world. Not just products that can go to Chikube, products that can be in New York, products that can be in Paris, products that can be in London. This is our flag to the world that this is made in Uganda.
Masindi District Vice Chairperson Kanajina Jatenyi thanked the Moringa Farm Management for the work well done and then the team from AGOA for the initiative that has supported the agricultural sector in the area.
That's what we are lacking as people who are struggling to making initiatives of coming out of agriculture. We need your help, we need your support. We need financial support. You have promised us that even the packaging, everything will be done here. That means more employment will be done.
Continue to contribute to the development.
More business updates. Researchers in food varieties have made a pro-vitamin banana variety and earmarked 2 types of this banana, which will be released and forwarded to the Variety Release Committee for dissemination to farmers. The site manager from Banana Trans Generic Pro-Vitamin Trail, Mugumba Isaac, says these, however, cannot be given out to farmers that are still in confinement. Now, the site manager there says these are still in confinement. The site manager from Banana Trans Generic for Pro-Vitamin Trail says still in confinement until the law on GMOs is passed to help improve banana farmers' yield. More from this report.
The National Agricultural Research Organization in 2009-10 embarked on an initiative to improve banana variety. The research, which was conducted in Kawanda in conjunction with Queensland University, started with over 500 cultivars. To date, 5 cultivars have been taken in the multi-locational trials to assess their adaptability to different weather conditions.
How do we come up with the 2? We consider things like yield. But the main thing is the vitamin itself, how much is there, and then its stability. Because we don't want one where it shows up in the first crop you plant then later in the line it keeps on decreasing. That one is not stable. Apart from the yield, we look at the disease tolerance. Because now, like, if you go to the Bunyoro region, they have a big problem of sigatoka. If you go to the Buganda region, they have a big problem of nematodes.
The trials are being done to address the problem of food shortage through clustering them in the region. For example, the provitamin A gene being tried on the orange fresh sweet potatoes in eastern Uganda. According to experts, there is hidden hunger, which is nutritional deficiency that comes with lack of vitamin A.
Every 100 kids who die in infancy, 19% die due to causes which are related to vitamin A deficiency. And then in the early stages of brain development, vitamin A is a key thing. It is a key component in the brain development of a child.
A technician of Bulindi GMO site in Hoima, Kaheru Julius, says this technology was got from a fellow banana desert type which was phasing out. The gene was kept and introduced into a cooking type, the provitamin A.
Tomorrow you may find that research will say maybe in order to have a resistant variety against this disease, we need to develop a GMO which can resist that very disease. So when you fail to sign, maybe the country failed to sign that law, it means we are going to lose a lot.
Farmers who have been introduced to this banana variety say the local banana size reduces, unlike the provitamin banana variety whose size remains constant. They also say this new breed is drought resistant.
A dry spell. What normally happens, my matoke tends to wither a bit. The leaves change color from pure green, they turn yellowish. But I've been trying to come and check what is here. This variety of matoke, it is throughout green.
The next of the years, you get a small bunch of banana. But for the case of this one, the bunch of banana, it is constant.
This banana breed is currently in confinement, being protected from leakage to farmers until government passes the law on GMOs. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has organized a National Science Affair at Kololo Secondary School, where students are showcasing practical science skills in different projects. The organizers said the show aims at making education more student-centered compared to the previous curriculum, which was more theoretical.
Senior secondary students from across the country have participated in a day-long science fair held at Kololo Secondary School in Kampala. Students showcased skills in mainly science-based subjects.
Transistors down connected, we have thus heat sink. The transistors help to amplify the rate at which this DC is flowing. So they amplify the such that it is flowing very fast and it goes back to the driver circuit. As it is doing that, it is producing too much heat. So this heat sink helps to cool the transistors. Since these bottles are poorly disposed, then after drinkers are used and they are ready to be disposed of, we make flowers. You can use them for decoration of your offices, your house, even bags, school bags.
The Assistant Commissioner, Ministry of Education and Sports, Moses Misingo, informed the journalists that the science fair began at regional level before a national level. Misingo appreciated the teaching of science subjects in a practical and contextualized manner that gives learners advantage for innovation.
We organize to demonstrate that teaching needs to be practical, that teaching needs to be contextual, and it also needs to be best oriented towards solving of problems that we face as a country, but as society. So today what is happening is that learners from the different regions, secondary school learners that have been demonstrating at the regional level and qualified and did their best are now at the national level demonstrating to us or exhibiting to us what they have learned in class and demonstrating it now in practical terms.
Supervisors at the event explained the criteria used to determine the learner's score.
Now when these learners come,
for such an exercise. In adjudication, we consider the originality of the project, all of the products that they are putting up. We also look at the level of creativeness and innovativeness. We also look for the concepts of science behind it. We also look at the clarity now when it comes to the presentation of the student.
The national chemistry trainer Namisindi Geoffrey explained that due to lack of time for learners to focus on their innovations and pressure from exams is the biggest problem they are facing now. Namisindi, however, appreciates the new curriculum, which he says it gives chance to learners to practically do their projects on their own.
The challenges apparently that we are facing, one stems from the time. When we look at our curriculum originally, it was overloaded with a lot of activities. Now, for a teacher to give children a chance to do projects and then teach, it would be a challenge to finish the syllabus. Then two, we have exams which are theoretical based and pressure from exams. When you look at a school setup, most administrators want people to produce distinctions. And yet, if you are going to go into innovation, then you must give time for an innovator to think and come out with something original, which we call an innovation.
National Science Fair, organized by the Ministry of Education under the theme Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics is a Solution, has helped students showcase their practical skills. This has increased their love for science and innovation. Ivan Tukundane reporting for UBC.
The Uganda at 60 Business Breakfast Conference will be held on October 12, 2022 at Speak Resort Munyonyo. The red carpet event will bring together influential business leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, development partners, and senior government officials. The theme is COVID-19, Conflict and Energy Crisis, the lessons for Uganda in managing geopolitical risk. The guest speaker is Senior Presidential Advisor on Special Operations, Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Topics to discuss include oil and gas, emerging technologies, job creation, agribusiness, regional trade, and sports and creatives. To participate, call 0705 340 477 or 0701 490 492. Hosted by Kampala Economic Renaissance Foundation in partnership with Afro Mobile, Chiriandongo Sugar, Speak Resort Munyonyo, Uganda Investment Authority, Ministry of Trade and Investment, Subula, Trotbach Energies, and more others.
October Bidel Musaba Gardens Mukono, October Mukaga Millennium Gardens Saziwaya, October Munanaji Montelembara, 10 October, 40 Poto Muchisawe, Abidim B October, Bale Sports Center, Umtualukumo, Yebem Tuale Santo, a Meza million more, Wababa Tualukumia, Abana tickets of Akosa M10 Momo, Banjagusa Sulan Comitano, Bidam Romo Center, Hiva Motors, Galaxy FM, Radio 4, Kagwina War, TN. Saba Furu Balamo!
A warm welcome once again. Now, before we let you go and rest, look at sports. We're having the Former Footballers Initiative in collaboration with Radio Simba 97.3 FM coming to rescue the ex-international footballer Francis Akulavigo. The two entities have been able to build a house for the world-decorated player who was prior, build a house for the world-decorated player who prior wasn't living comfortably.
This is Jakata Wakaseli in Masindi district, where 78-year-old former Uganda Cranes player Francis Kulabigo Alideki stays. It has today been hosting a team of well-wishers from Former Footballers Initiative and Radio Simba that has fulfilled their promise of a house to the former Uganda Cranes midfielder stalwart.
Tugezezzaako okulaba nti twazimbira Obadia Semakula ennyumba, tugezezzaako okubayamba naye obusobozi bwaffe butono kubanga ffe obusobozi bwaffe buliwo ku lw'abawuliriza, naye nze nkyasaba nti ebitongole ebimu oba gavumenti eveeyo esobole okuba ng'eyamba abantu bano.
The new house is a product of generous souls after a successful fundraising drive spearheaded by Radio Simba alongside Former Footballers Initiative, which is an NGO intent on the betterment of colleagues.
Life after football, omuntu abeera ku ki oba abeera wa kyanga muzo omupiira. Kati twesanga nti abantu abasinga basama omupiira embeera yaabwe sinungi. Omuntu balina we basula, tebalina byakukola, abamu bafudde mu mbeera etali nnungi. Naye olwaleero kino kituwadde essuubi, kituwadde amaanyi nti omulamwa gwaffe ogw'ogwennyini gwe twatandika gutandise okuzaala ebibala.
During his time, Kulabigo played at Masindi Dynamo, Coffee, Police, Simba Night Team. Kulabigo, who in 2017 was decorated with the FOFA Presidential Award, played at 4 AFCON finals, thus in 1968, 1974, 1976 and 1978. He won 5 Sekafa Senior Challenge Cup trophies in 1969, 1970, 1973, 1976 and 1977, and domestically won the league twice and won Uganda Cup. Story compiled by John Ban Sentamo for UBC News.
Thank you so much for making time, and thank you so much for keeping us company. It's been an honor starting off this very month of October with you, today happening to be the 1st of October 2022. That brings us to the end of the 10 p.m. News Tonight edition. Wishes for a fruitful month of October, and of course keep watching UBC. It's always a pleasure spending time with you. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Have a great night, and of course the entire team behind the scene wishes you the same. God bless you.
Tonight with the latest weather report courtesy of Uganda National Meteorological Authority together with UBC. Now taking a good look at the satellite taken over Africa today, it clearly shows that the rain-bearing clouds are widely spread over our country Uganda. We are also benefiting from the moist winds from the Indian Ocean towards our country, Uganda. Tomorrow morning we shall have light rains in Masaka, and in Kampala. As for Mubende and Nakasongola, we are forecasting sunny intervals. Eastern Uganda, we are forecasting sunny intervals in Soroti, Tororo and in Jinja. As for the west, we shall have Mbarara and Kabale with light rains. As for Kasese and Mubende, we shall have sunny intervals. For the north, Kitgum, Gulu and Lila, we are forecasting light rains. As for Kotido and Moroto, we are forecasting sunny intervals. During the course of the afternoon, we are forecasting light rains over most parts of the country. Temperatures going up to 26 degrees Celsius in Kampala, 27 degrees Celsius in Masaka. As for Mubende, we are forecasting 25 degrees Celsius. For Jinja, temperatures will go up to 27 degrees Celsius, while for Soroti, we are forecasting 30 degrees Celsius. In the west, temperatures will rise up to 28 degrees Celsius in Kasese. As for Kabale, we are forecasting 24 degrees Celsius. For the north, we are forecasting 30 degrees Celsius in Kotido and Moroto. As for Gulu, we shall have temperatures going up to 29 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere across the globe, it will be chilly in New York, temperatures rising up to 15 degrees Celsius with light rains. Nairobi, we are forecasting sunny intervals, temperatures rising up to 28 degrees Celsius. That nicely concludes our weather forecast today. Till tomorrow, have a good night.
inspiring Uganda.
The Ministry of Health informs the public that there are confirmed cases of Ebola in Uganda. We, however, urge the public not to panic as the situation is being managed. The Ministry of Health further reminds the public to be on the lookout for any persons who may show signs and symptoms of Ebola. These include high body temperature, abdominal pains, diarrhea, vomiting, bleeding from the body openings such as the nose, eyes, and mouth. Please inform the nearest health worker immediately if you see anyone with these signs and symptoms. To prevent Ebola from spreading further, please take the following preventive measures: regular washing of hands with water and soap, avoid handshaking and hugging, avoiding any contact with any suspected Ebola patients. Any person who dies suddenly should not be buried but reported to the nearest health worker or LC1 immediately. For further information, please call the Ministry of Health toll-free number on 0800-100-066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and World Health Organization.
Leaders who care create a good learning environment.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Stay connected on the largest 4G network in Uganda using the Airtel 4G Pocket MiFi at only 75,000 Uganda shillings. It comes with 15 GBs free, valid for a month. You can connect up to 10 of your friends and family at a go. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get one today or call 0800 333 330 for free delivery within Kampala. Dial *175 *9# to activate free 15 GBs. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Makerere University is celebrating 100 years of excellent service to humanity. Over those 100 years, a lot of people have contributed greatly to making Makerere the great university that it is now, including people making sacrifices for land on which the university was built. And we are indebted to these people. Makerere has produced great statesmen, great people in all trades who have moved not just Uganda, but the entire East African and Central African region and the entire continent. We are now celebrating those achievements, and we are looking back and saying, can we leverage those successes to build even more for the future? As we celebrate 100 years, we are calling upon all our stakeholders, particularly our alumni, so that we can more meaningfully contribute to transforming our society. Please, you can follow us on our website, www.mac.ac.ug, and there are special pages there dedicated to 100 years celebrations. So I welcome all of you. I encourage all of you to participate as much as you can.
Every marriage has 100% chances of succeeding. You know why? Because God created marriage, and God never creates failure, and God never designs anything to fail. Every marriage has 100% chances of succeeding. Is your marriage struggling and you're wondering whether it will ever succeed, whether you will ever make it, whether it's even worth holding on to? You got to tune into Unlocking Marital Bliss, because right here we provide the keys to unlock the bliss in your marriage, and you will be able to succeed. We've had testimonies, and lives are changing day by day.
Marriage must be a discipline. It must not be handled like a casual thing.
As women, when we have the outward expression, even our form of respect is tied to the outward things that you do.
Some women now have working class. They don't know how to handle their husbands because the marriage has become like question and answer marriage. Do you have any tea? Don't you have hands to prepare it? Why have you come back late? Did I take your blanket? It's question and answer marriage.
Not any other place, but every Sunday, 3 p.m., right here at UBC, with the one and only Cyrus Rod, not any other.
Unlocking marital bliss.
Welcome to the enlightening, life-changing, and world-filled broadcast brought to you by Glorious Church of Christ Ministries,
where all saints are equipped for ministry through the revelation of the new life by the Word.
For the Bible says in 2 Corinthians 5:17, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. The old things are past. Behold, all things are new.
Now, join Pastor Isaac Chituka every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on UBC television as we experience and explore this new